Hello and welcome back. And in this lecture, we'll type the conferences or the other type of references probably we use for research. And I'll clear this window. Probably yes. So in the previous lecture, we talked about the article, and we typed the details of the article, and we have generated a reference. And in this lecture, we'll talk about the other type of reference, say for example, the conference. And to do so, just go to this plus icon here, just click that. In default, it will be denoting as article, but we can change that to different types of the reference. Say for example, when I cover over this particular thing, just say change entry type. So I'm going to click that, and it asks me like whether I want a BibTeX or IEEE transaction thing. I'm interested in BibTeX, and I don't want article or book. I want conference. So there are three different things. One is called conference, another is called in proceedings, and another thing is called proceedings. And this is probably the three different types, but for this example we'll be using the three different types. First is the conference, so I'm going to click conference, which is a legacy of alias for in proceedings. So this in proceedings and conference are fairly the same, but let's take a look at the conference. So when I click that, the default entry of the article gets converted or modified to accommodate the details of the conference. So I need some detail to put in, so I'm going to go to my Google Scholar account. So you can navigate to my Google Scholar by searching Dr. Ramesh Kannan M or Ramesh Kannan VIT. That will take you to the Scholar page, or you can use this URL to navigate directly to my page. And this is a typical conference thing. Probably this is after a conference, it gets published in Procedia Engineering. So we will not be looking at this at this point of time. We'll take a pure conference. So this is a conference that I have presented my paper in this prestigious conference held at National University of Singapore at 2013. I'm going to click this, and that will fetch me the details of this conference. To get much details, I click this link. Yeah, so I just have this name, and I can probably click the site thing, and it will give me in a different thing. But all these things are predefined referencing style of Google Scholar. You can even download as a BibTeX, so that will save our time. In a few lectures after, we'll be looking at how to import BibTeX into JabRef. But as of now, we will be typing the content, and this is the conference thing. So I'm going to go to JabRef, and author is me. Just it's since I've already given, so it just asks me, and that's it. So I'm gonna give and when I type in Helen Shanti, my co-author, and since I've done this previously, so it remembers the data, and the title is the automated. I can choose from any of this. Probably I can choose from the automated construction layout and simulation using simulation of concrete former system using building information modeling. I'm gonna give this, and since it is not a book title, and I'm gonna leave it that as such, and this is 2013, I can generate the BibTeX key, or I can even get it from this automatic generator. So I'm gonna take it from, I'm gonna do it manually. This 2013, since this is a 2018, so the previous article is 2018, so it doesn't make much problem. But if I have got the same year the conference proceeding, then if I type in, then probably this will not be a problem at this point of time, but sometimes later when you call or when you provide a cross referencing, then that might be a problem. So I'm gonna go back to content 2013 itself, then the optional field, and this is the editor, volume, number, series, page, address, and organization, publishers, and so on. And I'm gonna go to the proceedings of the fourth EACEF, and I'm gonna click Control C, and I'm gonna come back to JabRef, and I'm gonna put in not the editor, not the organization, probably in a not in a series, like probably general, abstract, comment. So this is a typical problem in if you choose a conference thing. Let's go to this conference and let's dive in proceedings. Yes, it has now changed into in proceedings, but I've not done any other changes, so the details are hardly the same, and it doesn't make much difference. Let's try proceedings. Yeah, proceedings, and probably the book title got changed, and what do you call, the editors and volumes and all get masked, and series, ISBN notes, depreciation, other fields, general, probably abstract, all these things are value the same. So I'm gonna go to the conference. Yeah, so I'm gonna type in book title in the book title, which means proceedings of the fourth international conference of Eurasia Civil Engineering Forum, which is nothing but EACEF. And I'm gonna go to volume 64. I'm gonna go to optional field as volume 64, and it directly comes in here, and there's no number, there's no C number, but page number here I've given us C7 to C14, I guess C12, C7 to C12. So this is a peculiar thing that it says it's an error, should contain a valid page numbering. So since the conference proceedings they're published in C7 to C12, so I leave it as it. I'm gonna go to the depreciated field, other field, and I don't have a DOI for this. This is a conference proceedings, and if I have an URL, I just paste it, but unfortunately I don't have a URL for this. And these are the other different things, and file, abstract, comments, related articles, and bibtext source. And this is pretty much the important thing that I'll be looking for my conference papers. And this is now citations, and this is how you incorporate the conferences, something like that. Let's take a look at the other type of reference. Say I'm going to go to this, and I'm going to navigate to something called chapter is not there, probably my PhD thesis. So the author is myself, and I'm going to select it from this particular thing, and title is since I so I could type in very quickly. School is School of Civil Engineering. Yes, year is 2019, and I could generate a bibliothèque key. Probably this is optional fields, or types is a thesis. Month is October, and notes depreciated field, and general. I don't have a DOI and other later stuff, abstracts, comments, and related articles in bibtext source. Yeah, here is my PhD thesis. Let's type in other type of field, but actually this is pretty much a difficult thing, because when you type less, then you have to change that to different format, and that's gonna be unnecessary. So there's other icon here, so if you could cover over, it's called new entry. So it doesn't automatically brings up the article type of entry, but instead that it will prompt us to select from this particular thing. Say for example, I've got something called a patent, so I just click on the patent. Yeah, it just asks me for the patent, and here it is 2019, and its year file is also the same. It's not yet granted. Its nationality is Indian, or I can put India, and I think Indian is pretty much this good answer. And I can even call this as Kannan 2019, and something like 2019 P, so patent to differentiate my PhD thesis. And number, I have to navigate to my scholar. I don't remember the filing number because it's nobody remembers. That's if you wanted to remember that, and probably here it is. Yeah, this is my thesis and my patent. I could probably navigate down. Where's my patent? Something probably, yeah, just checking. Automated, yeah, here it is, my patent, and this is my application number. I'm gonna copy that and paste it here. Yeah, here it is. And optional field, authors probably like there's so many authors, like first self as mean, and just put Shanti MH, and then put RAO, comma M Rupesh, and Saji, comma S. Yeah, here it is. So these many authors, and the title is an automated system for recording, and the language is English, and assignee is also the same. We publish or we just sign, and address is Chennai, isn't it? I can even fill this month, something like that. And if you have URL, you can provide the URL and the general and something like that. Yeah, here it is our patent, and this is how you generate different thing. But if you take a look at this closely, if I have got two authors, it just say the last name of the first author and the last name of the second author. If I'm a single author, then it just takes the first author's, I mean the author's last name. And if I have got 3 or 4, and it just say the first author's last name, and I put et al and others. So this is how it is probably helpful when you write your final thesis or any research paper. You don't have to really worry about cross citation, like how do you put it in the document or something like that. I'll teach you a complete tutorial on how to incorporate this in the LaTeX. So that's going to be a very interesting thing. We'll be focusing that in detail maybe after some months time. So I'll just put that video as well, so that like all your knowledge gets culminated into a usable format or usable procedure. And let's take one more example, so we'll wind up with that. Probably something called unpublished. So unpublished is like our own talk or invited talk stuff or something like that's not get published or something. So I'm just gonna click that unpublished, and the required field is myself. Yeah, the title, I gave a lecture to Anna University College of Engineering Kindi, data analysis for civil engineering, correct. So this is my invited talk in 2013 and just sorry 2018. I got 2018. I hope I haven't got any 2018. Yeah, here is 2018. So I just put I invited or something like that. It's up to you. Month, I think it's January. Year is 2018. Yeah, and I've got a manuscript or a PDF of around 150 pages on the different yeah, I forgot to put data and civil engineering using R. So it's R source code. R is a software. Probably you can take a look at this. I've got a separate playlist for the data analytics using R. and all the things. So file is the same. So this is an unpublished document, so we can even see entry type as unpublished, something like that. So a penultimate or stuff will be the unpublished. Let's take a look at the other type of thing called a technical report or a manual. Probably we okay. So the title of that will be building drawing using Autodesk AutoCAD. So this is probably which I've done so many years before, and we've been evolving. I mean, we'll be modifying this from 2012. At that time, Autodesk 2013. Now it is almost 2021 or something like that. So this is the document, that manual, which we'll be using in our laboratory, and myself is the author. So I just take my name, and here you can take from 2020, something like that. Address is my college or workplace, and this is all right. So something like that. So we can save this. It just throwing some error because I'm an associated citation key. All right, so manuals and all does not, I cannot cite that in a document, so that is what it says in a LaTeX citation. But you can manually incorporate in other type of references in the LaTeX so that you can cite it, or you can even do, you can cite that with some other options by creating what you call new environment or something like that. So that's pretty much an holistic perspective of different types of what do you call the references or references system. And I hope you would have benefited from this lecture. Keep practicing, do a lot of what do you call, incorporate a lot of data or documents and different types of data. That's very important, and so that you will have a good grasp of the JabRef and its significant what do you call role in referencing. I'll save library, and it gets saves in PhD research bib that we have created in the previous lecture, and I'm going to export all the entries. Yeah, I'm gonna call this as the demo, something like that, and then click save, and it got exported successfully. I'm gonna close this for a moment. Yeah, here it is. The demo, I think it's the, I think we have not saved as a document file, so I'm going to export it to all entries, demo. I think I just have to give doc, and I'm going to save that. Yeah, here it is. I can see demo. Yeah. Yeah, it got open. You see all these things, like this is our manual, and this is our invited talk, and this is my PhD thesis, and this is my conference, and this is my journal article, and this is my patent. You see all these things gets exported perfectly. There should be or there could be minor adjustments that we can make. Say for example, in this case there's no space between this title and the application number, so you can manually make changes. So this is the end of the different types of documents, I mean exporting or incorporating different types of references in JabRef. So I hope you really enjoy this video. Have a great day. Bye bye.